Okay, so you're starting your UPSC journey, and let's be real, you're probably drowning in advice, right? Topper videos, coaching notes, endless posts on forums. It is completely overwhelming. Well, today we're going to cut right through all of that noise. This explainer is here to give you the one thing you actually need: a clear, minimal, and proven book list for the prelims. Let's get right into it. I mean, it really feels like the entire internet is just screaming book recommendations at you, doesn't it? You've got countless topper videos, dozens of coaching institutes, all with 100 different opinions on every single subject. It's a classic case of analysis paralysis. And honestly, it's one of the biggest roadblocks for anyone just starting out. And that really is the heart of the problem. For so many people, the biggest hurdle isn't even the syllabus itself. It's the sheer confusion about where on earth to begin. Which book do I trust? Am I reading way too much? Or maybe not nearly enough? These are the exact questions that can totally derail your preparation before you even get started. Okay, but guess what? That confusion, it ends right here, right now. This explainer is your definitive guide. Together, we are going to build a bare minimum standard book list you can actually rely on to build a rock-solid foundation for the UPSC Prelims. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the absolute foundation in history, then move to the core subjects like polity and geography. After that, we'll tackle the more dynamic topics of environment and economy, get that crucial edge with science and tech, and then finally, I'll show you exactly why this list is your proven starting line. First up, history. And look, this isn't just about memorizing dates and names. Think of this as the bedrock of your entire preparation. It gives context to literally everything else you're going to study. For modern history, the undisputed champion is Spectrum's A Brief History of Modern India. It's concise, it's exam-focused, it's just what you need. For ancient and medieval India, you're going to want the old NCERTs by R.S. Sharma and Satish Chandra. They just have this brilliant, clear narrative style. And don't worry, you can easily find reprinted editions. Then, for art and culture, you'll start with the NCERT, Introduction to Indian Art, and then use a standard, more comprehensive text for a deeper dive. Now, I really want to pause on the art NCERT for a second. I cannot recommend this one enough. And you want to know why? The illustrations. I mean, seeing a picture of the Sanchi Stupa makes it so much easier to remember its features during the actual exam. It takes the information from just abstract text and turns it into a concrete visual inside your head. It's a game changer. So you've got that bigger, thicker art and culture book, and it looks, well, terrifying. But here's the strategy. Please do not read it cover to cover. You have to be smart about it. Go straight to the index, figure out which chapters have the most previous year questions or PYQs, and focus your energy right there. Let the exam itself tell you what's important. Okay, foundation's set. Now let's build up the two massive pillars of the prelims exam: polity and geography. When we talk about polity, there's really only one name that immediately pops into everyone's head. The source material for this calls it everybody's favorite book. And you know what? They're not wrong. For this subject, it is the undisputed Bible. So your polity toolkit, of course, starts with Lakshmikant's Indian Polity. And hey, don't stress if you have an older edition. You can just supplement it with current affairs. But, and this is a big but, don't stop there. Lately, UPSC has been asking these really fundamental questions, like what is a constitutional government? The answers to those aren't always in Lakshmikant. They're hiding in plain sight in these two crucial NCERTs: Indian Constitution at Work and Political Theory. Moving on to geography, your foundation here is the 4 NCERTs from classes 11 and 12. You'll then supplement those with the classic G.C. Leong text. And finally, we have the single most important tool in your entire geography toolkit, an atlas. I'm serious. I need to pause on this for a moment. An atlas is not just a book you glance at every now and then. It needs to be open every single time you study geography. Reading about a river? Go find it on the map. A mountain range? Trace it with your finger. This kind of active engagement is the absolute secret to making things stick. Without it, geography is just a long list of names. With it, it becomes a vivid, memorable world. So what's the deal with G.C. Leong? How should you use it? Well, think of it as your specialist reference book. If you're struggling with a concept in the NCERTs, flip open Leong for its fantastic diagrams that simplify complex topics. And here's where it really shines. The second half of the book, the part on climatic regions, is pure gold. Master that section and you will never get a question on that topic wrong. Ever. All right, time to shift gears. Let's talk about the dynamic subjects. For environment and economy, just knowing the static stuff is only the beginning. To really succeed here, you have to be constantly updated with what's happening right now. For environment, you basically have two excellent choices, the PMFIS notes or the Shunker IIS book. Now listen closely. The most important point here is to just pick one. Do not try to read both. They're both fantastic for building your core concepts. So just choose the one that fits your learning style, master it, and then layer all your current affairs knowledge right on top of that. Okay, let's tackle the one subject that I know gives a lot of people headaches, economy. Your journey here is going to start with the Class 11 NCERT Indian Economic Development. This will help you understand India's economic story since 1947. Then, for all the core concepts, I highly recommend the Indian Economy Handbook by Keaton Dahiya. And let me tell you why this handbook is such a game changer. First, it's concise, it's straight to the point. It was also created by a past UPSC ranker, so you know it's perfectly lined up with what the exam actually demands. It is packed with examples and previous year questions to really make sure you get it. And the best part? It's available completely for free online. All right, last but definitely not least, let's talk about getting that critical edge with science and technology. This section has become more and more important in recent years. But here's the good news. The questions are totally solvable, as long as your basics are clear. And I know, you see this book by Ravi P. Agahari and you think, wow, that's a big book. But hear me out. There's a really good reason it's on this list. It's designed to take you from zero to hero, which makes it perfect for students from an arts or humanities background. It is filled with infographics and diagrams that make really complex topics like biotechnology and space tech so much easier to understand. So there you have it. That's the list, a short, powerful, and super targeted list of resources. This isn't just some random collection of books, you know. This is a proven starting line for your entire journey. You know how you always hear toppers say things like, oh, just stick to the standard books, and you're left there wondering, okay, but what are the standard books? Well, these are. The books we've just gone over are the standard books they're all talking about. And look, this isn't some new fad, this isn't a trend. This same core list of books has been recommended by successful candidates year after year after year, from 2015 all the way up to recent top rankers like Ishita Kishore. The strategy is timeless for one simple reason. It works. So the path is clear now, right? All that noise has been silenced. You now have the essential, topper-approved reading list to begin your UPSC Prelims preparation with real confidence and clarity. So the only question left to ask is, are you ready to begin?